If you don't know what his drawers are, his underwear, his boxes. Hello and welcome to my channel. If you are new here, welcome to my little part of the internet. So the other day I was scrolling through Netflix. Was I scrolling? I can't really remember. I was doing something on Netflix, yeah. So I stumbled upon this movie, Flower Girl. So when I watched the movie, it was very bad. Obviously, 2013, Nollywood 2013, it was trash. When you reminded me of Damilola Debite, and that drew me to Before 30. So I have watched Before 30 before. I have watched Before 30 like about 6 years ago. So I said, it'd be nice to bring back such an interesting, phenomenal Nigerian series to this channel. If you have not watched Before 30, it's nice. It's not like something mind-blowing, but it was nice. For that period of time, when Nollywood was basically trash, it was not a relief, but it was such a different thing to me at that point. So I was like, let's watch it again and see if it still has that same feeling. So the story is about 4 women, and we have Nkem. Nkem is like the bad girl of the group. They're all friends. The 4 women are all friends. So Nkem is the bad girl of the group. She is a career lady. You can see she's a flirt. She's all, all these kind of girls, yeah, the party girl and all that. Then you have Amma. Amma is direct opposite of Nkem. Amma is bubbly, she's sweet, she has a large heart, she's Christian, which means, she's my girl, she's Christian, she does all the Christian things that you expect. Then you have Aisha. Aisha is sort of Aisha is in the middle. She's sweet, well, not too sweet, but she's not like Nkem. She's just there in the middle, and she's a housewife. So a rich man, I might add, a very rich man. She won at this life, no work. Hashtag, what do you call that thing? Hashtag what? I don't even know. Whatever hashtag. She was living her best life with her rich husband that was a young person. She won 100%. Then you have Temi. Temi is a lawyer. Now this entire series is focused on Temi. If you look at it in real sense, Temi is the main character, but we also have the 4 girls as her friends, so their own stories is into the movie. So the whole premise of this movie is that Temi wants to get married before she's 30, because as you all know, when you're 30 you die and you become old and wretched. Wherever she wants to get married before 30, and that's why your movie is Before 30. The series starts with a wedding. So Temi is at a wedding for her cousin in Dublin, and she and her friends went. Temi wakes up from a nightmare about her not getting married fast and losing. It was a nightmare about marriage, basically. So she texts her boyfriend Ayo, played by O.C. KJ, very nice actor. So she texted him up like, what are we doing? All this kind of thing. All this child relationship talk. At the end of the day, he says when she comes back from the wedding, they will have a discussion. She should just relax and enjoy herself. So in her mind, Temi is expecting the proposal when she comes back to Nigeria, Lagos to be precise. She goes for the wedding, and as wedding, you are of age, you are 21 and above. Nigerian aunties always find a way to tell you to marry, and that will happen to Temi. So in this first wedding, like this wedding scene, we see all of them. That's where you get to know the girls and see their behavior. So they go back to Lagos, and in Lagos, Temi is expecting what? A proposal. As per, I've been dating for a while, so I should get married soon. So she goes for the dinner, a date with Ayo that Ayo had planned at the Federal Palace Hotel. Now, I think the Federal Palace Hotel really sponsored this movie, because as every twist and turn, no matter what they were doing, Federal Palace Hotel, every damn time, like guys, okay, don't mind it. It's a nice hotel. Temi goes there and they're having dinner, and Ayo tells her, we need a break. Clearly. What did we carry? What did you bring? Somebody was expecting that, you get that one year and you tell her, I want to marry you. Now you're telling me you need a break. A break from what? Exactly what she said. A break from what? A non-marriage. What do you mean? So Ayo expresses his displeasure with her always wanting to be married, and they have been dating for quite a while. According to her, it's 4 years. According to him, it's 3.5. She has between that range. So they have been dating for a while. 3.5 years to 4 years is a good time for you to be expecting a guy to marry. I mean, what are you doing? You can see that Ayo does not have any immediate plans of marrying her because he just started the company. I understand his sentiments, but she just sees that this guy and me are not in the same wavelength. I have to go and find somebody that wants to marry me. Sharp. I think she was at 28 at that point. So moving on, in episode 2, we see the girls outside. I don't know what that place. I think it's a shopping mall that has a hair salon or something. So they had just finished making their hair apparently, and you can see the stark difference in expectations. Aisha is a housewife, so she's practically jobless. She doesn't have anything she's doing. So she's like giving the suggestion that they should always do this every day. I don't know, like which time, like which money. They're having their gist. So they see a guy working a girl that has apparently she has a bad hair. Guys, this is a bad hair. I don't know. I don't know what considered as a bad hair. But hair is just purple. I don't know where I saw. Anyway, it's a bad hair, and apparently the guy is too fly for the girl he's with. So they are suggesting, I'm a ball. They're doing I'm a ball basically. But anyway, Timmy gets a text from her mom that she should help her pick up shampoo in the mall. So she enters the mall again and sees the same guy. So she says to go and shoot her shot. I mean, if she's snatching somebody else's boyfriend, what's her business? She needs to rescue the guy. So he goes there, strikes up a conversation with the girl, tells her she likes her hair. She found out that this new guy, his name is David. So apparently they were in his house, and I can't remember what they were doing. They were in his house. So all of a sudden, Temi, you need to go, like, carry that shoe. He harassed out of his house, saying he lives with his mom, and his mom had come. You could hear her voice in the background shouting, "David, you are not clean." So basically, he rushed out of his apartment, threw her out. Now, this was a red flag for them because, I mean, you are living with your mom at your age. I don't think it's weird, but so how it was just something. So for her, she was sitting on the fence. He had to get rid of his mom or introduce her to his mom. Something she was not comfortable with the mom situation, and that was a problem. So basically, David and Temi were at a rough junction where he has to make a choice between his mom and her. So at the end of the episode, they go to the hotel to do some shenanigans, grown people things. And she asked him a question, so what are we going to do about your mom? And she was like, what do you mean about my mom? She's my mom. And she was like, okay, then I guess this is not the guy for me. So in episode 3, going on to episode 3, we see that Chemi is gathering her momentum to get rid of David. She spends her Saturday alone. So apparently, we now get to see a relationship between Temi and her Nigerian mother. Difficult. So basically, it's going to be first custody, and Temi's mom had called David to do all the things. Meanwhile, Temi was thinking breakup, her mother was thinking marriage. Two different things. We see that Temi and her mom, they have a good relationship. It's very cordial, but she's still a Nigerian mom that always wanted. She's 28. She's lucky. Her mother did not shout marriage at every turn. So she was like, okay, I'm going to break up with this guy. She goes ahead. She breaks up with, she goes ahead to do what she plans to do. So we move to the other girls, because I realized that out of all these things, I'm talking about only Temi, but the story is about Temi. So the other girls, Amma, I keep saying it, Amma is a Christian girl. So they're having lunch, the 4 girls, they're having lunch, and Amma brings her boyfriend over, Usha. So Usha is a Christian guy. They met at camp and they have a small joke between each other.
Really, Temi? You want to go to Jesus camp to meet boys?
As though you care where you meet boys.
I mean, where else do you meet boys? Church. That's the best place, guys, to meet boys. Church. Amma then tells them that she has something to say. So we find out that Usha has asked her about being a virgin because he's a virgin. And she lied. She panicked and lied that she was, because she had sex only once and it was terrible. She didn't know what was happening. So she's a born again virgin, according to Amma. Anyway, they tell her friends give her good advice, actually, that she has to be honest with that kind of thing. She can't lie about such things. And she should be honest. If he wants to stay with her, if he doesn't want to, don't really blame him, but she can't lie. Move on to Aisha. So Aisha tenders her home problems. And everybody's always like fed up with Aisha's problem because Aisha is, let me tell you what Aisha has. Aisha is married to a rich man. Like, this is not something like, oh, not a rich man. Rich man, like rich, wealthy, yes, wealthy man. And this man is not old, though. She's not old. He's young. So they don't think she has any problem. Myself, I don't think she has any problem, bro. Wherever she said her husband's name is Sheriff, and they are Muslim, just so you know this. They are Muslim and Hausa, I think. Aisha is saying, oh, Sheriff doesn't touch her during her period, like doesn't relate to her during her period. And like, what do you mean doesn't touch you? Your husband during your period because of period? Show him Pepe, basically. And she took that assignment seriously. She treated his fuck up. She did him shaggy, did him trouble things. See, he learned his lesson. You can't be a husband for 3 weeks out of a month. The whole package is yours. Have it. Anyway, Temi goes on to break up with David. They have a very amicable breakup. Maybe because they haven't been dating for a while. But anyway, Amma now told, almost very sad. Amma told Usha about this, the virginity stuff, and Usha could not just bear it because he wanted to marry a virgin and she wasn't. Choices, decisions. So Amma lost the love of her life. Now in episode 4 starts in Lagos Market, the worst place I've been to in my life. God, I hate Lagos Market. The Dumota Marina, all these Lagos Market, I hate it. But anyway, it starts there. Temi's mother takes her to Lagos Market because according to Temi, her mother felt that the Fune and the Lord degrees will affect Temi's Yoruba wifeless. Her mother takes her to Marina to shop. And Marina, Temi is looking around when the sun is beating her. So she's trying to find, and she looks up. She sees a guy. Wow. Shirtless. 6 packs. And Temi is staring. Her mother comes and says, that's what they will see. You slap her head. That's what they will see. Back in Temi's office, her boss calls her, tells her, oh, Temi, you're fat. Very rude. Anyway, very rude somebody. So introduce her to a guy. And turns out that the guy she was staring at, the Agbero she thought she was staring at Marina, wasn't an Agbero or wasn't like a manual laborer. He was a PhD holder in sociology and he was her boss's friend. So he needed her introduction. That scene was very funny, guys. Watch it. Very funny. Anyway, Temi was going to work on his projects for him pro bono. And from the working together, normal men and women things. They're going on dates and she's doing all this cute stuff wherever. So Temi is in love. She got a man. Then at this point, Aisha is on vacation in Brazil with Sheriff. They are having a good time in Brazil. Meanwhile, Nkem is dating a broke nigga that is chiseled wherever. So she's dating a broke nigga. Guy doesn't have money. And that is not to broke shame men. I'm serious. She's not to broke shame men. But this guy was broke. And what made me so pissed is that he was still trying to prove I don't know that he's a guy, he's a man. So they went on a date together in a restaurant, and throughout the date he wasn't paying attention to her. He was watching a match and she was done eating. He was like, guy, let's go. Cannot sit through another hour of your match. Let's go home. You can watch it on the way home. It's not very reasonable. This guy is telling her to shut up and sit down, sit her ugly ass down. Such a rude nonsense. Don't have money. I see you're dating now because you are fine. I like it, Sha. She shall let him just wash plates and pay their own bills. As a boss lady, yes, we stand people that have their own money in this place. They are also paid. Anyway, she left the guy. She dumped him because fine faces or fine bodies not equivalent to treat him like trash. Episode 5. At the beginning, right at the beginning, you get through the bomb. Akin is married. If you don't know who Akin is, I have not mentioned his name, sorry. And Akin is the Agbero / sociology guy at we met in the market / our office. So he's our new boyfriend. So Akin says that he's married and he wants Temi to handle his divorce. I'm like, what? Anyway, Temi was not having it, obviously, because why? When you be telling me you're married, I should handle the divorce. She's vexing and all that. So she goes to table her issues to the Council of Elders, which is her friends. She brings the issues to her friends while they're having lunch. One thing I like about these girls, they're always having lunch together. Such a healthy friendship. Temi tells them that, oh, this guy is married. I don't know them are telling them that. At least he told you now. We could have done it. That's Aisha's point of view. I could have done the entire thing and you wouldn't know. You won't be the wiser. And came like, that's not even right. That is like saying when men say that they tell you they cheated and they say they give the excuse that, oh, if I didn't tell you, you won't know. And it's not the same thing, but I get what she was saying. Aisha comes with her marriage issues again and complains about washing Sheriff's drawers. If you don't know what his drawers are, his underwear, his boxes, she washes it. Aisha is such a sweet person. There was no resolution to that issue. I mean, if she wants to wash it, she wash it. I mean, she cannot be so she give it to the dry cleaner or somebody, or tell him to wash his damn drawers by himself. Nkem found somebody. We find out that Nkem found somebody that she likes, and she really likes him. His name is Emeka. She really likes him, and she thinks he's ready for something they call a drive-by. So a drive-by is basically when you send one of your hot friends to walk in front of the guy you like. So if the guy just glances to admire the view, good. But if he stares and stares and stares, you're like, oh, this one is a eye wanderer. So basically, all the people that she wanted to do this stuff were busy. Temi was not available. Aisha couldn't do it because she had to do laundry for Sherry's drawers. So Amma was the only last person. Amma is such a cute person. She really volunteered, but it didn't go well for her. She fell down when she was working. She was walking past Emeka. She fell down. I was so sad for her because I understand. The heels disappointed her. Moving on. This entire episode just focused on Temi and the divorce. So Temi meets the ex-wife, or the soon-to-be ex-wife. Her name is Ekwa. We see that from Ekwa's perspective, Akin has commitment issues. For the 5 years they were married, they never had a house. They lived with a friend. Even now, he doesn't still have a house. It's on the side. I ain't like, you don't know anything. I will show you shaggy. Anyway, the divorce was amicable. You could see like the pain of divorce. I mean, 5 years. They were married for 3 years, together for 5. So for the 5 years she has been with him, she was just, this is a very hard thing to leave somebody that has been your ride or die for 5 years. So they divorced. Nice. At the end of the episode, Akin buys a house or rents a place, basically. Temi is really happy that, okay, he's putting down roots, so with her is different. And that was the end of the episode. Now, episode 6. Art is love. I don't understand the purpose of this episode. Nothing really happened during this episode. It was just art show. I think that's what it shows, the art exhibit. And the other thing I can point out that recently happened in this episode was that we noticed a tension between Sheriff and Aisha. There's a tension between them, but we don't really know what it is. But there's something going on. And Aisha hasn't told the girls yet, so we don't know. Now we go on to the final episodes, episode 7, episode 8. So this entire series, the 8-part series, the episode 7 is the first part of the finale, and I would like to call this heartbreak episode 1 because the heartbreak or the breakfast. It's heartbreak. Breakfast is different. The heartbreak in this episode was too much. First of all, we see Ayo from season 1, that one, episode 1, that one that said they need a break. He comes back. I don't know whether he left town or not, but he comes back and asks Temi, he's in Temi's office, asks her to a wedding. Then they go for lunch. At lunch, she tells her friend that, oh, this guy, Ayo is back, and he asked me to your wedding. The problem is that, is she going to tell Akin? Akin does not need to know because he's leaving town in a week, I think. So there's no need to start unnecessary drama. Is she going to go? Yes, she's going to go. because she's foolish. So Aisha comes late, be passive, but joins conversation, and now she tells everybody her problem. Now the problem between her and Sheriff is that while they were in Brazil for their vacation, she and Sheriff had a threesome. So, and the problem is that Sheriff wants it to continue, wants to be stable in their relationship, and Aisha doesn't want it to ever happen again because she feels it's a mistake. Shouldn't have done it, and now they're having that issue. So I'm like, just tell him what you want, tell him he's your husband, you cannot be scared of him. You can see that Aisha and Sheriff, there's a power dynamic in their relationship, and I think it's because of the money. So Aisha is always scared to tell him what she feels like. I'm like, he's your husband, tell him. Does not like it, you should deal with it. Meanwhile, Temi goes for the wedding, and after the wedding they drive home. She and Ayo almost lock lips, but she stopped it. Then her mom, Temi's mom, is watching her from the window because her mom is nosy. Temi's mom is watching her from the window and tell her, better don't ruin your life because of this boy, and Temi's giving her some bullshit about love. I just let you guys see it, sha.
Mommy, have you ever been in love? I mean, really been in love? Yes, Timmy. We all have. No, Mom. I mean, the kind that makes your heart stop when he walks into a room. The kind you think you can't live without. Yes, but you don't marry that one. You marry the one that will be there 30, 40 years after now. You marry the one that is sure he wants to marry you.
Go, mom, tell you this idiot something. Going on to Nkem, everybody apart from Amma collected breakfast in this episode. Emeka broke up with Nkem over text, saying, lose my number. It's over between us. Nkem like, lose your number, K. What do you mean? Everybody is sharing their own realm of breakfast. So Aisha and Sheriff go for dinner, and Sheriff is openly checking out girls. The manager came and they were dining in an expensive place. Only both of them were no longer stable. So they were dining together. The manager came and Sheriff was checking out the manager and asking Aisha, what do you think about her? And Aisha is obviously pissed. So she calls Temi and tells Temi her problems. Temi gives her the solution. Now, Temi decides that she has to end things with Ayo because Akim was the one for her. So she invited Ayo for dinner at the Federal Palace Hotel. During the dinner, the lunch, it wasn't even lunch. As she was even about to eat, that's how Akim walked in. Akim saw them together and walked back out. And she was so shocked. She ran after him. And they had a confrontation. Very emotional. I don't know why he was so emotional. It was just lunch to me. But I understand. She had called Ayo her soulmate once and it was her ex. So I think she had described the relationship between her and Ayo to Akim. So seeing them together doing lunch was kind of a shock. So she told him, oh, there's nothing going on between us. Akim didn't believe her. She had to tell him they went together and they almost locked lips. But it didn't happen. She stopped it. It was a mistake. But I was like, Akim was having none of that. He left her alone and went. Yeah, I think that's all the breakthroughs that happened this episode. Nkem got broken up over text. Aisha and Sheriff were butting heads over the extra person in their relationship issue, and Temi ruined her relationship with Akim. It was breakfast overall, and Amma has served breakfast since her breakfast was foreshadowing of all the breakfasts. So the last episode 8, the heartbreak continues. Aisha gets back home and Sheriff is waiting for her and tells her, oh, he has a surprise for her. And she gets into the bedroom and sees the manager at the place where they were eating in her bed, naked. And Sheriff had the audacity to tell her, oh, we hadn't started anything yet. We're waiting for you. Aisha lost it. She was crying. She was saying, get back into the room. Wherever Aisha stood up for herself, I was proud of her. She said,
Nahoka. And if you think for a second that you can control me because of your father's bloody money, then you must be crazy as well.
Meanwhile, Temi and Akin are still in the same position, but Temi uses her mom as a secret weapon to get Akin to come back to her. So her mom worked her Nigerian mother magic. After the whole scenario with her mother, Akin tells her that the situation between them hasn't changed. She has to make a choice between him and Ayo. And she can't say that, oh, there's no choice. And she was like, oh, there's no choice, I choose you. But like, don't just say it. Know it, mean it, agree with yourself, think about it. Akin is such a cool guy because he allowed her to make that decision. And she had a decision to choose between Akin or Ayo. Who shall she choose? So Aisha left Sherry's place after their altercation and moved to her parents' house. And her mother, her mother brought Sheriff over, was begging Sheriff, telling that she soon moved back. But Aisha was not having none of it. Aisha was like, nah fam. Now, Nkem was in her dilemma, calling Emeka, crying. Because, how can you just tell me to lose your number? Just like that. So Temi, as a good friend, went to the mainland, as she kept saying, to talk to Emeka, and they trashed the mainland as per these island babes. Forever, Sha. So she came to the mainland to talk to Emeka, and we find out that the real reason why Emeka broke up with Nkem over text was because Nkem had a one-night stand with his cousin. His cousin, and the cousin had pictures of them together, and Emeka was like, shit, this is bad. So Emeka was like, if it was a real relationship, if it was his friend, maybe longer, like, because it was 4 years ago, this happened 4 years ago, maybe you would have overlooked it. But in this situation, his cousin was really bragging about it, the best one night stand I've ever had. I understood his points. I don't want to defend Nkem. Like, she did what she did. Consequences of your action. You should always face go. And now this was the guy she really like. When Nkem really liked this guy. So I was really sad for her, but there's nothing he could do. Like, for me, I understood his position. Even Temi understood his position. Aisha leaves her mother's house, goes to meet Amma in her own house because her mother is obviously not giving her anything. Like, her mother is Nigerian mothering, if you know what I mean. Then, Temi, the main character, has a decision to make. Don't forget, Akin and Ayo. And we see her dress up, goes to the Hydra Palace Hotel again, goes up the stairs, and says hi. Now, that was the end of the movie. And mind you, there is no season anything. After this, that was the end. We didn't get anything. I don't know the reason why, but I think lack of funding should be one. But I have a theory that the person she chose was Ayo, because she's foolish. Yeah. And I think because Akin has a house, there's no way we'll be in the hotel. But I think Ayo moved away, came back. So she probably went to meet Ayo as a foolish girl that she is. Wherever, that was the end. And not having a second season is a downside to this movie. So if you watch it, you have so much expectation at the end, so much tension, just want to know who she chooses. For like 3 years, I was theorizing. Anytime I remember, I was theorizing the cutting direction, the color of the... Anyway, it was hard for me to let go of the series, but I did eventually. And if you forget the fact that there's no season 2, it's actually quite a good series for the year it was made. The show celebrates female friendship in a very wholesome way. Now, there have been other shows after this about female friendships, but I've not really liked them. Like, if you compare this to Money, Men, and Marriage, I think Money, Men, and Marriage was a kind of, was to imitate this in a way. Money, Men, and Marriage is like the ratchet form of this. This one was very classy. The girls were okay. All the girls apart from Aisha, and Aisha had a career before she married. All the girls were career focused. Even though they wanted to marry, like the entire premise of the movie is for them to marry for 30. They didn't make that the sole focus of their life. Like, they didn't settle for what they didn't like just because they were getting older. I like that. Show that, okay, I'm obviously searching for a man to marry, but it can't be dusty or not have like class and move to me because I'm looking for who to marry and settle down with quick. So I like that they didn't cut their standards or settle because of anything. Now, I'm not so sure that realistic that they can be finding men that fast. Good ones are that with like little problems. I feel like the person that had like bad boyfriends was Nkem, because Nkem was not really. I don't think Nkem was really searching for a husband. I think the person that had the husband potential, all the people Nkem dated in this movie was Emeka, and that got ruined. But I think Temi got like consistently good guys, from David to Akin to Ayo. Just that 3 of them had like issues, but not serious issues. So she had like a good pick. Amma had one good boyfriend throughout, and because of like difference in expectations, their relationship got ruined. So I think they got fair. I don't think it's possible to get very good guys in Lagos. That I'm speaking for someone that doesn't go out. I don't go anywhere, but I know that in Lagos, oh dear. In fact, in anywhere, oh dear. Consistently, movie. Another plus in this series was the soundtrack, guys. The music in this movie is so good. There's like when you finish watching this series, you just want to go and get all the music. Now I think they worked in conjunction with the montage company, and the visuals of this was very good, was very nice. I'm not going to argue. The fashion was okay, wasn't too over the top. The story and the script writing was excellent. No, excellence is a huge thing. It was great. They had they had good dialogue. It wasn't awkward. It's not something that a Nigerian wouldn't say. And I like how they portrayed the solid female friendship. There was no, as mentioned before, there was no cat fights. There was nothing fighting over man or dragging wigs in public. Nothing of the sort. Class all true. So all in all, I'll give Before 30 a 7/10. General 7/10. You should totally watch it if you haven't. Good series. It's available on Netflix now, but I think you can find a very unclear version on YouTube, like I said before. That's it, guys. If you want to see any other reviews I've done on movies, I've done King of Boys. Thanks for listening to me for almost 30 minutes. Anyway, I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.